Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. For this video, I was about to do a shorts for this unboxing because we do have a new deck box right here, but I figured this is kind of a special occasion for me because I've ordered this deck box over a year ago, I think, and I had been waiting for it forever, and it finally came in. I couldn't wait. I actually did open it off screen, but I wanted to show it to you guys here and also compare it with all the other deck boxes that I've gathered throughout the last year that I've been playing Pokemon TCG, as well as One Piece and now Union Arena. So I definitely have quite a few deck boxes. I even had a Dueling Guard deck box at one point, but I did end up selling that one because I didn't like the way that the dice were in there. I prefer, you guys will see my style of deck box here in this video, so, or my favorite types. So let's start by going through all of the deck boxes that I currently own, and we'll start with the first one here, which is just the simplest type of deck box here. It just holds one deck. This is the ones that you can pick up from the Pokemon Center, specifically the one that kind of flaps up and opens this way. This is my favorite type. I actually, this is the one that I use the most. I have a bunch of these types of deck boxes. Here's my Charizard. This one holds my Charizard EX and Dragapult deck with the Dragapult sleeves. But this is the one that I use most just to hold decks that, like my side decks, the ones that I play for fun, or I sometimes take to my locals whenever I don't want to play my main deck or want to play something a little bit different. So I use these a lot, and I love the ones that kind of flap up because they're just easier to take out your deck and start playing with them, whereas the other types that the Pokemon Center used to have, or the ones that they, I guess Ultra Pro makes these. I hate these right here just because the box is so awkward to kind of open up, and then like you kind of have to flip it all the way out if you want to take out your deck smoothly, because sometimes if you don't flip it all the way, like your hands just get stuck there. Just kind of a mess. I don't really like these. This used to hold my Miraidon deck, but it's kind of taken apart right now. I haven't played Miraidon in forever. But yeah, this is the first type of deck box. I love these two because I just love the artwork. Like Tinkaton is one of my favorite Pokemon. Love the artwork for this one, so I had to pick it up. Plus, I usually always try to use the deck box for the theme of the specific deck that I'm playing. For example, this one here, this is my spicy deck. I love playing this deck. It's so much fun. But it's actually Goldango, as you guys can see. It's my Goldango deck, but it has a little bit of spice in there with some a Tinkaton sprinkled in there. Just a 1/1/1 line, but it's surprisingly very good. I always like to build like meta decks and then throw in my own little, and throw in a little spice in there for my Goldango deck. I ended up throwing in Tinkaton, which I think works very well because Goldango likes to draw a lot, and Tinkaton does a lot of damage the more cards that's in your hand. So yeah, I think these two Pokemon synergize pretty well. Anyways, we're not talking about decks here. Let's go into the deck boxes. So that's the first type of deck box. The next one, I guess the next, this we'll go over this one because this one I just got recently. Love the artwork. I was planning to use this as my main deck box for One Piece because you don't really need any dice. You can just hold your deck and go with it. But I don't like this one because I got this one, by the way, from AliExpress. I thought it looked pretty nice, and I decided to just go ahead and order it, see how it goes. And I wouldn't recommend it because it really only fits cards that aren't sleeved. So it fits cards, unsleeved cards, perfectly. And when you start adding sleeves, for example, these few right here, it's a little bit harder. It keeps kind of sticking. And these are just like regular sleeves. It's not double sleeved or anything. And you guys saw almost all my decks are double sleeved. Let's grab my One Piece deck. So here's my main One Piece deck right here, which I have in my Utah box, similar to the Pokemon ones. So you guys can see, even I use these for One Piece. Here's my main deck. We got Bonnie with the Bonnie sleeves and the Utah sleeves. If I try to put this in here, it's very difficult. It actually doesn't even fit because it's double sleeved. this box wasn't made for decks that are double sleeved. And if I were to just try and insert this, I'm pretty sure this wouldn't fit. No, yeah, it doesn't really fit, as you guys can see right there. So this was a massive fail. It works perfect if you don't double sleeve, but I just prefer double sleeving. So yeah, it's pretty much gonna get no use for me. So that was my least favorite deck box of all of the ones that I've ever used. So yeah, don't recommend buying deck boxes from Temu or AliExpress, which is where I got mine from. Cool art. I guess if you don't double sleeve like I do and you guys like the artwork, go ahead. But for my case, for my use case, it just doesn't work. So probably gonna end up selling this one on MERCARI or something. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and put this one to the side. Next, let's go over probably one of the more popular deck boxes is the double deck box. You can get these from the Pokemon Center. I love the artwork on a lot of these, like this artwork right here, one of my favorites. Love Lugia, love this whole wave. And I actually just realized, like, I did not plan this, but when I put this on top of this one, I just chose this deck box because it was my favorite artwork out of the ones that I have. It's the exact same wave on this deck box down here. Like, they literally, this company, which I forgot what company it was, let me double check. Rubicon Gaming, which love that deck box, but we'll talk about it in a little bit. They just used the same wave. I mean, it is an iconic wave. It's like the famous Japanese art. But yeah, I just thought it was funny. Did not plan it at all, but it just happened to be kind of the same artwork on there. But this one, definitely superior because it has Pokemon added to the mix. And so yeah, love this artwork. One of my favorite artworks in all of like the Pokemon artworks that I've seen. But anyways, this would be one of my favorite deck boxes. I just love the convenience of holding just 2 decks in one box. I ended up using these. I do use these now just to hold, again, just side decks. In this case, I hold my 2 GLC decks in here. This is my colorless deck, and my dragon deck is on the other side. But yeah, it's just the only thing that ruins it for me is the double sleeving that I do because my decks are double sleeved. It is a very tight fit. And for those of you that have purchased these double deck boxes in the past, you will see that I don't use the container that's in here, which is a pretty cool feature. I actually have it here to the side. This right here. So if you're just holding a standard deck, let me get this out. If you're holding a standard deck, they would fit 2 of these right next to each other. And when you want to play a certain deck, you just pull this out. You can put that to the side and just hold this, which I think is a great feature. I think it's really cool, actually. But unfortunately, once again, just doesn't work for me because I double sleeve. So double sleevers like me just inconvenience a little bit with not being able to use the box the way it was intended to be used. But still cool. I still use them just because I do love the artwork for some of these. Right now, these are the only 3 that I use. So I use the Lugia deck box. I have this Umbreon deck box that came out recently. And then I also have the Armor Rouge EX, or the Armor Rouge Ceruledge deck box that I got from going to NAIC. And honestly, I think that's gonna do it for me for these, just because, again, I just can't use them effectively. So I just hold a few decks in there, and I don't think I'm gonna be picking up any more of these for myself. But like I said, really cool artwork on a lot of these, so I do like them, that aspect about them. Which, by the way, that's one of the main reasons why I love these little deck boxes, is because they hold my double sleeved decks perfectly, no issues. So yeah, really love these. Anyways, going back, so now we're gonna go into my like main deck boxes. These are the ones that I use whenever, like, if I were to go to a tournament or anytime I do my pack per win. I put my main decks in these deck boxes, and this is what I carry around when I'm playing. 1, because they just look cool, and 2, they hold your dice. So you need dice to play the games, especially Pokemon. One Piece, you don't really need dice, just to roll to see who goes first, and that's pretty much it. So this right here to the right is my main One Piece deck box. And then this one here is my Pokemon main deck box. Let's go through the my One Piece deck box first. So the reason I use this one for One Piece is because when you open it up, it features these beautiful ladies right here. We got Nami and I'm not even sure. I think that's Nico Robin, or is it? I don't think that's Boa, right? It looks more like Nico. So I'm gonna say it's Nico. But yeah, beautiful artwork. You wouldn't be able to tell that it's a One Piece deck box just by when it's closed, which is the one thing I don't like about this one. That's one thing that's cool about, like, say the Dueling Guard. I love the artwork on the front of those deck boxes. I just don't really like the way that the dice box is set up. So one thing I really love about this deck box is the one, and it's why I've used it for so long. When I got it, it's been like my main deck box for a while until I got that thing right there. That is my favorite deck box now, but we'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, I just love the way this kind of comes out, and your dice are right here. So right now I just have 2 dice. This is all you need really for One Piece. Just need 2 dice, high roll, low roll. You roll the dice, see who goes first. I used to use this as my main Pokemon deck box as well. When I would go to regionals, this is the one that I would take, and I always had to make sure not to reveal the artwork inside at those tournaments, because Pokemon is family friendly, and I think if they were to see that artwork, I would probably get disqualified. Not even gonna lie. But yeah, I love this deck box because it holds the double sleeves perfectly. As you guys can see right here, here's another. So Bonnie is my main deck, but I have been testing out Charlotte Pudding, which is why this is inside this deck box. But yeah, been loving this deck, so yeah, playing this one right now. But I still do think that Bonnie is gonna be my main deck. So gonna switch back. I need to switch those back because yeah, this is my main One Piece deck. Here on the side, I just put, like, you know, sometimes when you go to Pack per Win, they give you packs and stuff. So I just put my packs that I open up in here, just like extra cards. You can't really fit a whole other deck in here because it's a little bit smaller. You could probably fit a deck if it wasn't double sleeved, but again, for me, I actually like just putting extra cards that I get from packs that I open up at Pack per Wins and stuff like that. So yeah, love this deck box. It's been my main deck box for a while. Again, this is from Rubicon Gaming. You can see this stain right here. My son did drop some juice on it one time when I think it was like laying down like this. And he just dropped a soda, or I don't know what it was, and it was on my deck box. But yeah, I wasn't too mad. I had already had this deck box for a while, and I had already gotten that deck box over there, which is my new favorite deck box. So not too mad about this one. Still gonna be using this one for One Piece. Although honestly, I don't know. This new deck box may be my go-to. I don't know. I need to think how I'm gonna reorganize this. I'm gonna use one for Pokemon, and I love Gengar, so this might be my main deck box for Pokemon. This one right here, though, this is a beast. Love this. So Pokemon recently released this deck box like about a month ago. At first, I wasn't planning to get it because I already had that thing over there, and it kind of met my needs. But at my local, somebody showed up with this, and when I finally got my hands on it and looked at it, I thought it was perfect. For one, holds 2 decks fully. So right now, the way I'm using this is I also play Union Arena. So I have my Union Arena deck here on the right, which I play Kurapika. And then here are my action points. So that fits perfectly. It fits the deck with the 3 action points that you do use these plastic cases with. So all of that fits because they're very spacious deck holders. And then over here I have my main Pokemon deck, which kind of contradicts everything that I've been showing you guys. But right now my main deck it's still technically double sleeve. You can see that I have the a perfect fit sleeve inside of the Dragon Shield sleeves, but yeah, not an artwork sleeve, which I generally like to use. But my main Pokemon deck is right here. Right now I'm playing Gouging Fire as my main deck, so this is the main deck that I'm gonna play whenever I go to like challenges, cups. So that's the deck that I have in here. And it even, for Pokemon, when you're not double sleeving, you have some extra space to put cards. So again, I just put extra cards that I pull from pack per wins and stuff like that. So I need to actually move those out of there. And my favorite part of this deck box is the dice holder. So we have another container here on the bottom, and this thing holds all my special markers and all my dice that I've gotten from regionals. So there's my V-Star. These are all the special coins that I got from the different boxes that you could get from NAIC and going to Worlds, stuff like that. So I have the poison fire markers and all of my dice right here. So yep, I just love how spacious it is. It holds all my dice. I can just have this next to me whenever they're doing damage. I just grab my dice, put it on, and I just love this. This is like the perfect size for me when it comes to like holding all your dice and all your ability markers, stuff like that. I just love this thing right here. It's similar to this One Piece one, but as you guys can see, that one doesn't detach. This one, I can take it out, move the deck box away, and just have this here next to me. And then when I'm done with my game, just put everything back in and slide it back into the deck box. So love this deck box. Currently my favorite deck box, but let's now take a look at the newest guy, and let's see if this will become my new favorite deck box. So let's go ahead and open. Well, first of all, let's just appreciate the artwork. Like, they even put this artwork on just the case that's used to hold the deck box. I think it is the same artwork that's on the actual deck box. We can confirm here in a bit, but let's open this up. And look at that. That thing, the coloring is perfect. So yeah, it is the same artwork. So there's the side here. It actually, the front is very different. It features more Gengar, so that's cool. I love Gengar. That's the main reason that I got this. It's my favorite Pokemon. It's actually kind of cool because this was released a long time ago, but now the Dusknoirs are very popular in the Pokemon TCG. A lot of people hate it. We got the Dravius here, which I do play the Fluttermane in some of my decks. So a lot of popular Pokemon now in the TCG aside from Gengar. Gengar is just my favorite Pokemon, but yeah, it does feature a lot of the famous Pokemon that are played now. Mimikyu is played in the Pokemon TCG quite a bit. Spiritomb, there's a really good Spiritomb that blocks abilities for Pokemon B. We got this Drift Bloom that is used in Gardevoir decks. So, we even got Sableye for Lost Box and a Net EX deck. That's a very popular control deck. So really cool. It actually features a lot of Pokemon that are currently being played in the Pokemon TCG. And if we open it up, it has Giratina on the inside, which I know a lot of people love Giratina. I'm not too attached to Giratina, to be honest. I never played this gen, but I will admit it does look pretty cool, especially this artwork right here. And I love the alt art. But yeah, this deck box, I think, is meant to be used vertically, like the way that the artwork is shown here. So you want to see the artwork and display the artwork like this, so people can complement it and look at it properly, because it's kind of weird if you have it like laying down like this, right? You can't really see the artwork all that well, so you want to keep it standing, and I think that's the way it's meant to be, because when you open it up this way right here, it has this little container here, which it also has a little strap, which is pretty nice, so you can like easily pull out your deck. And there's also some dividers, which the dividers here are kind of strange. Like, I think this is like I don't know what this Pokemon is called. The Hone Edge, or the swords, pretty much. The sword and the shield, basically from Pokemon Sword and Shield. I would have been cooler if they had like a Gengar type design here. I feel like these don't really make much sense, but it is what it is. They're still nice. They're like leather, nice dividers. I honestly don't think I'm even going to use them. It depends what I end up using this deck for, though. If I end up using it for One Piece, maybe I'll use it as dividers to divide the leader, the Dawn, and then the actual deck. Or if I use it for Union Arena, just the deck and the action points. But for Pokemon, if I was gonna use this for Pokemon, which I think I am gonna be using this one for Pokemon, I don't need the dividers. You just put your main deck in there. So let's go pull, actually let's pull my other main deck. Before Gouging Fire, I was on the Raging Bolt hype train, but again, mine has a little bit of spice in there. I do play the Raikou V, Forest Seal Stone, and some water energies so that I can use my Radiant Greninja as an attacker. But yeah, this one is double sleeved. They are just regular Dragon Shield sleeves, but so it fits this way. I guess it fits either way. You can either have it like this, or you can have it like this. I don't know if it matters. I think actually it makes more sense to have it like this. That way it's not kind of leaning against the edge of the deck box when you're trying to pull it out. So I think it goes like this. It has to go like this, right? So we can put it in here. And we want to pull it out. It's easy to pull out. And then, yeah, you can just have this out when you're using your deck. When you're done, you put it back in. Ooh, one thing I noticed though, I think this is a similar case where I can't use my, so this is double sleeved, but it's using perfect inner sleeves with the Dragon Shield. If I were to try to use this for, say, my One Piece deck, let's see if this fits. Because I actually haven't tested this out. I'm testing this out for the first time here on the video. Yeah, it doesn't fit. Same situation as this deck box. All right, let's try the other way. We put it like this. Oh, it does fit like that. Okay, so I could still use it for my One Piece deck. Awesome. So that is good to know. It fits either way. So yeah, could use it for One Piece, could use it for Pokemon. There's not really an issue for this deck because it's so big that it doesn't really lean over, that it'll interact with the sidewalls here. So I like it. I can use it for either deck. So the other thing that's cool here is it has this detachable dice box. So this is where you would put your dice. And let's go ahead and separate this. So you guys saw I have a bunch of dice over here. So I don't really use all these dice. So I'm gonna separate these right here. I have about 40 dice in here. So we're gonna put 20 here, 20 here. That should be about enough for whatever card game I end up using this for, probably Pokemon. So let me do that really quick off stream and let's see how this dice container works. All right, there we have it. It's fully ready to be used. I've went ahead and put in, so we have the One Piece deck still in here. Fits perfectly. We're gonna take it out, we're gonna play with it, and we need some dice, so we can either pull this out, have it next to us, and I've split up the dice so I have half in here and half in the other box, as well as it still fits all of the ability markers and even my V-Star. I'm using the smaller V-Star in here. I do have 2 V-Star markers, but if I did want to use the other one, which is the bigger one, which the main thing I was worried about is if this would fit, but it does fit perfectly fine as well. I could really put any one that I want in here, or even both, and it'll fit fine. So yep, not too worried about that now. I think it's, honestly, I really like it. I think this is going to be the main deck box for sure. When I go to my next regional, this is going to be the one that I'm going to be carrying around because you only need one deck. This will hold my main deck. And yeah, we'll carry this around for maybe like challenges and cups as well. Can't wait to start using this at locals. I really do like it. I don't know yet. It's between both of these in terms of which is my favorite deck box right now. I think the more that I use it, the more that I'll start to like this more, but we'll see, because that's kind of, the more I start to use things is when I kind of have a feel as to which one I like more. So I'll give you guys an update maybe in a later video, but right now I am just in love with the design. I love the feel of it. I think it has everything that I look for in a deck box. It fits my double sleeves. It has a nice container for coins, and it just feels nice. So yep, that's it for this video. I think we've gone over all of my deck boxes, showed you guys the cool newest addition to my collection of deck boxes. Let me know what you guys think of it. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next video.